fought so hard to put into the One Big Beautiful Bill. We set $50 billion aside to take care of rural hospitals. Why would Chuck Schumer want to get rid of that? I don't know. A lot of those rural hospitals are in red states. You have to decide for yourself what the motivations are here. But they say they're for health care. Why would they want to do that? The other thing that they put in there is very important. And on page 57 in section 2141, not a Republican talking point, read from the Democrats' document themselves. They said that they want to repeal the health provisions of the One Big Beautiful Bill.
Good morning, guys. Welcome to your morning medication. We're going to get it started here. We got Speaker Mike Johnson from earlier today. And we're going to go through some of the things he said. And we got a few things that happened today. I put here stabbing in UK, but it's a little more than that. And we'll figure that out. But yeah, we have a lot. We have a few things going on, actually. And I'm just looking at my streams right now, making sure we're live.
That's counterproposal.
It looks like
CR,
we are.
the dirty CR, we call
Sweet.
It,
welcome, guys. Welcome. Good morning, State Line.
$200 billion
morning,
being
buddy.
spent on illegal aliens and other non-citizens.
And everything else is looking
this
good.
Is just a few of those, the reforms that we put in that they want to repeal
Sweet.
and reverse. Number one, a provision that closes the California.
Okay, let's get into it. Let's see what this, I'm going to play a little bit of this. This looks like a little over an hour ago. Mike Johnson, Speaker of the House. Let's go.
Everybody knows that now. He's trying to avoid a challenge from his left flank in his next Senate re-election campaign. And he wants to avoid the scrutiny that he received for doing the right thing back in March because the far left and the base really went crazy on poor Chuck Schumer. And so he changed his tune. And now they're trying to pretend it's about something completely different.
Good morning, James.
They have made a decision that
We're
they would
back.
rather give taxpayer-funded benefits to illegal aliens.
I think I'm gonna kick us off with this first, just to warm us up this morning. Grab your coffees, guys. I'm gonna get this lit here in a minute. So here we go.
Do women have penises?
So I believe that women.
Democrats have gone so crazy. Women can have penises. That's not a thing. That's not biology. It's not science. And you sound like a lunatic.
And the women.
Should young girls just get used to penises in their locker rooms and showers? My next question, yes or no? Should little girls get used to penises in their locker rooms and showers? Yes or no?
I don't know what you're talking about, but what I will say.
Oh, I absolutely do.
about?
We've heard testimony today about trans women. Those are women with penises. Those aren't real women. If a man can be a woman, just identify as a woman, as you say, just by saying so, what is the point of having women's sports? What is the point of women's spaces? What is the point of women's scholarships? If you're just going to allow men to take them away, why even bother? Why bother? Do women have penises?
So I believe that women.
Democrats have gone so crazy. Women can have penises. That's not a thing. That's not biology. It's not science. And you sound like a lunatic.
And the women.
Should young girls just get used to penises in their locker rooms and showers?
Morning, bro. We are getting warmed up with this one right here. It's just one of those good ones, man. Here's another one. Ready? Here we go.
Do you think that men should be allowed in women's locker rooms?
I don't have a personal opinion on that.
You don't have you have a personal opinion on a lot of things, but not on that?
Sure. I mean, it's a locker room is not really an area where people interact.
So the answer is yes. There's oftentimes communal showers. Are you okay with men showering with women?
I don't have an opinion on that in the context of USA.
You don't? So. Interesting. That's an astounding thing to not have an opinion on. I think most normal people have an opinion on that. Are you okay with women being at a disadvantage when competing against men in sports?
Sir, mixed events happen all the time, and women are
that's not my question. Are you okay with, let me ask it this way, are you okay with cis females being at a disadvantage?
If their competitor, assuming that you're talking about...
It's a yes or no question.
Female, that they've met the requirements set forth in the policy.
Why did you post on social media for the world to see? You were asked in an anonymous question, which you posted online, are you okay with cis females being at a disadvantage? You said yeah.
If I could take it back and expound a little bit more than what I had there.
Reclaiming my time. Do you think that parents who don't want their daughters competing against men in sports should be compared to the Ku Klux Klan?
No, absolutely not. And
why did you do
that? I said that in the message, sir.
Why did you do that? That was inappropriate?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you're right. That isn't inappropriate. I'd like to read what you wrote and what you posted on social media.
Sure.
The only wizard that's going to dig you out of the myopic hole you've put yourself and your family in is one of the, quote, grand wizard variety.
inappropriate, sir, and I acknowledge that I said it, and I will commit to never making a message like that again.
Do you think that men should be allowed in women's locker rooms?
All right, guys, had to get us warmed up there a little bit. We've got a few of these, and we're gonna see this. Let's take a look at this one right here. Haven't seen this. Oh yeah, we played this yesterday. So again, just getting warmed up. Here we go.
Black Americans have played the role of suckers to the Democratic Party. They've guilted us into voting for them, making us feel as if we're going to be ostracized. They wanted to make sure, oh, we're going to point to racism. We're going to guilt you into voting for us. We're not going to talk about the things that we're doing positively. We're going to talk about what the other side is doing negatively to engage in fear-mongering to help you through fear factor go our way instead of theirs. And it didn't work this time. And to be quite honest with you, even though I might not like some of the things I'm seeing from the Trump administration thus far, the bottom line is I'm glad it didn't work, because I think for the longest time, Black Americans have played the role of
suckers. That's what he says, and I think he's right. Fight for Victims says, fascist smiles. I bet you if your computer or your phone didn't have autocorrect, you probably couldn't even spell the word fascist, bro. Let's be honest with each other. Come on, bro. Here. You want to know about fascism, bro? Here you go. Tell me about this, bro. Tell me about this. A week ago, Google admits to censoring your ass. And mine. And everyone. Americans, specifically, actually. They admitted to it. They came out and said it. And a year before that, Zuckerberg admitted to IG and Facebook being censored. That's fascism, bro. That's when you use your power in the government to shut down voices from the opposing side. Who is the real fascist, bro? That's what I thought. Crickets, bro, crickets. Crickets. All right, let's keep going. Let's keep going. Should we play this one real quick? We haven't heard this one in a little while.
Applicants to...
Hold on. Here we go. Hold on.
That you are now requiring applicants to be able to do a certain kind of pull-ups, which a lot of women cannot because of physiological differences.
What about liberal men who couldn't do a pull-up or push-up to save their lives? Also, now all of a sudden there's a difference between men and women. Why don't you just tell these women to wake up in the morning and decide they want to be men so they can do the pull-ups? I thought that's what happens, right? You wake up and you decide you want to be a man, and all of a sudden magically you're a man. So magically you should be able to do the pull-ups or whatever it is. I mean, what happened to that?
That you are now requiring applicants to be able to do a certain kind of pull-ups, which a lot of women cannot because of physiological differences.
All of a sudden, when it comes to doing pull-ups, there are physiological differences between men and women. Wow, what a novel idea. Wow. Wonder where you came up with that. How'd you think of that? Maybe we've been screaming it at you this whole time. How did you come up with that? Eli Makis. How many pull-ups can you do, old man? This old man can do circles around you, little buddy. You can do circles around you, little buddy. I'll guarantee you I'll quadruple however many push-ups you can do.
And then go on live and show
and more. I'll go on live and show you, bro. That's right. That's right. That's right. Yeah, that's right.
I think it's your white hair that makes you look like your old man.
Yep. Oh, come over here and tell him, dude.
Let me get ready But seriously, do it. It would be hilarious.
I know. Here's the funny part. I weigh 225 pounds, 220 pounds, and I could still, with all that weight, do more than quadruple the amount of pull-ups. You probably can't even do a pull-up, bro. Let's be honest. You can't do one pull-up, bro. You can't do one. Come on now. Yeah, State Line. She's laying it down, bro. She's coming in. She she heard me, bro. She's like, wait a minute, what? Bro, don't get none of that. Don't get none of that, bro. Oh, man. Do circles around you, Eli. Are you, Eli, why are you, what are you, are you Muslim, bro? Is that why you're mad? What are you mad about, bro? Eli, come on. Eli Makis. Come on, bro. That's what I thought. That's what I thought, bro. You got nothing for us. State Line, bro. We're dealing with a bunch of simps, bro. Simps. They couldn't do a pull. This dude talking about pull-ups couldn't do a pull-up to save his life. To save his life, bro. I bet you if we gave him a pull-up bar, I said, dude, your life depends on you doing one. I bet you, bro, there's no way. Good looking out, State Line. Bro, I guarantee there's no way he could do even one pull-up. If I said, bro, your whole existence depends on it. He'll be like, oh, bro, it's so good. It's so good, bro. It's so good. I gave him credit. I said I could do quadruple or more pull-ups than you could ever do. And I gave him credit. I made it sound as if he could do one. He can't even do one, bro. Luz, glad to have you, Luz. Luz Mitchell. Luz Mitchell, glad to have you. Just joined. Are you laughing about the attack and it's near my house? Ooh, that's sorry to hear that, man. We haven't even got to that yet. We just started. We're getting warmed up, man. We're trying to get warmed up and do our thing here. But we got a few topics to talk about. We got Elon and Netflix. We got a Manchester thing that went down, dude. Matthew Bowler says, just join. Are you laughing about the attack? Not laughing about the attack. Laughing about this guy telling me I can't do a pull-up.
Many.
But can you give me? Can you give us a breakdown of what happened? What's up?
Definitely show them a pull-up on live.
I should. You mean at the gym?
Yeah.
I'll go to the gym and show this guy. This guy's not worth it even to.
But just because,
for me to do a live just for this guy.
I know.
To show him pull-ups.
But it's so good.
No, dude. He's not worth it, bro.
It's just good TV.
It is good TV. It is good TV.
So funny. He doesn't even know.
State Line, that's right, bro. Just do 4. To quadruple whatever he could do would be 4. But if he does 0, then 0 times 4 is 0. But we're getting technical now. But yeah, you're right. So funny. Oh my God. That's so good. Should we play that clip again just to trigger everyone on the left? Here we go. Let's do it again.
That you are now requiring applicants to be able to do a certain kind of pull-ups, which a lot of women cannot because of physiological differences.
What about liberal men who couldn't do a pull-up or push-up to save their lives? Also, now all of a sudden there's a difference between men and women. Why don't you just tell these women to wake up in the morning and decide they want to be men so they can do the pull-ups? I thought that's what happens, right? You wake up and you decide you want to be a man, and all of a sudden magically you're a man. So magically you should be able to do the pull-ups or whatever it is. I mean, what happened to that? What happened to that? I thought men can be women, women can be men. If I wake up in the morning, actually, I don't even have to wake up in the morning. I could just go like this, and now I'm a woman? What's up, Benjamin Hopkins? Now I'm a woman? So what happened? All of a sudden, when it comes to doing pull-ups, there's a difference between men and women.
That you are now requiring applicants to be able to do a certain kind of pull-ups,
which
a lot of women cannot because of physiological differences.
So now there are physiological differences. What do you know? Let me ask you, Eli, can men breastfeed? Oh, man. This is too easy, bro. This is too easy. He says this Eli guy has nothing but little kid gaming video on his channel. Okay, that's what I thought. Exactly, bro. Can't even do one pull-up. Can't even do one pull-up. He says, a Psycho Black says, so your wife can't ever do a pull-up? Actually, I don't even know if she can. That's a great question, bro. I don't know about that. I got to ask her about that. I haven't seen her doing pull-ups. Yeah. Basic biology will tell men can lactate and breastfeed. Basic biology will tell you men can lactate and breastfeed. As State Line was saying yesterday, unsuccessfully. Unsuccessfully. Men can breastfeed unsuccessfully. Oh my God. Is this guy for real or is he trolling? Is Fargo Lefty trolling? Are you trolling, bro? If you are, bravo, bro. You're gonna bring the bull milkers out of the yeah, bro. They're the same ones I want to go milk a bull. Google. Oh, Fargo said Google it. Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. Google said men can breastfeed. So, you know what? Men can breastfeed. I guess that's it. Yeah. What were we thinking all this time in our human existence, bro? Matthew says not trolling, just a regular Democrat. Matthew, did you tell us what happened, bro? Because at some point we got to talk about the UK government is having Cobra meeting about the MI6. MI6 that it probably Donald on the phone. Donald Trump. Well, we're gonna look at some lives, bro. We got some live stuff going on. We got a few things happening, bro. Not to switch gears on it because we're enjoying this little chat. So not to switch gears too hard. They can lactate though. Yeah, I'm breastfeeding right now. And I'm a man. Phenomenal. Incredible, guys. Incredible. You guys are, that's what they, it's a beautiful thing because ever since what happened these last few years with Democrats, the major loss in the election cycle and all these continued L's, have not led to anything new happening, any changes, any adjustments. They just keep going down the same path. Men can breast. That's why I ask this question, because they legit will say men can breastfeed. And when you ask them, can men breastfeed? Look at the answers you get. These are legit answers. They say men can lactate. It's like, bro, you have no do you understand how retarded that sounds? Do you understand how crazy that sounds? And you wonder why you're getting crushed in elections. Gyno is a medical condition requiring surgery. That's the problem, bro. Eve says, I miss the 80s. I know. Me too. It's upside down, Faith. I'm with you. It's upside down, bro. You ask them if men can breastfeed, and we all know we're all messing around. And their answer is, well, yeah. Truth Behind Smoke says men can lactate and breastfeed, but it's not good milk and a medical condition usually caused by steroid use and requires surgery. Oh my God. But you know what? You know what the funniest part of all of this, the wildest, craziest part of all this is liberal men will literally, just, going out on a limb here, not really, will have children and they will literally swap places with their wives and they'll try to breastfeed. I'm guessing, bro, how many liberal guys do you think did that? Or are doing that right now? How many do you think are doing that right now? They're like, no, don't worry, honey. I'm going to try this breastfeeding thing. You take a break, baby. It's okay, baby. I got it. I know you're tired from being a stay-at-home mom. So let me take over for, don't worry. You don't need to breastfeed. I'll do that today. How many of them do you think do that? How many do you think just did that right now as I said that? How many? I'm gonna guess. I'm gonna go out on a limb here, bro, and say like 6 in our country. Like 6. You think 6? 6 is too much? 3. 3 guys are like, baby, I know you're exhausted from being a stay-at-home mom. Let me take over breastfeeding today. 6. Too many? 3? 3? Okay, 3 guys literally are trying to breastfeed because, they don't want their stay-at-home moms to get overworked. Man titties, it's more than a sex symbol. Oh, God. Yep. Yeah, we're talking about actual breastfeeding, I bet you, dude. I bet you, bro. I'm not talking about like where you are you're like using a machine and all. No, I mean like actually, literally your own man nipple. Oh, God, it's too easy, bro. It's too easy, man. It's just too easy, bro.
So the reason this is so dangerous from the left, and it's not as dangerous from the right, is because the people who are on the right live in a version of objective reality. We live in the real world. These people do not live in the real world. If you're going to believe that a man is a woman, and you're going to believe that we should have no borders for our country and unlimited numbers of people can turn up and just steal from us, if you're going to believe that criminals shouldn't go to jail, you're not a person who's sensible. You now have no parameters from which to operate your logic. So if you're going to live in a complete fantasy land, it becomes a lot easier to justify murdering a political opponent than it does if you operate from a frame of rationality. So for that reason, the left are far more dangerous because all of their ideas are dangerous because none of them are true. None of them are real. For the same reason it's dangerous for me to say to you, gravity isn't real, you can jump off a building. If you start believing in things that are completely falsified, completely fantasy, then murder is the end result of all of it. So the left is a serious problem across the world. It's a serious problem across America, especially. You add in a spiritual sickness where we have nothing unifying us in the West anymore. We don't share respect for a flag. We don't share respect for the country we're in. We don't share language. We don't share religion. We don't even share economic prosperity anymore. There's literally nothing unifying us. And if you're going to remove the capability to debate and discuss ideas, then you're going to have an absolute civil war. And that's what's so sad, that Charlie Kirk literally was the #1 guy trying to speak. He wasn't trying to inflame tensions. He wasn't trying to push violence. He was the guy saying, look, let's talk this through and let me show you why you're wrong. He was the good guy who did the right thing, and he caught a bullet for it. And that is truly devastating. So,
yeah. That's what it leads to. Lunacy. Yeah. That is it, guys. That's what this all leads to. And then we still have Fargo trying to tell us. He's trying to tell us, yes, producing milk, yes, with nutrients to sustain a baby, yes. A man. You're arguing for a man breastfeeding. Imagine, bro. Imagine the world we live in. What a time to be alive. We got liberal men arguing for men to breastfeed and saying yes, producing milk, yes, with nutrients to sustain a baby. Wow. Wow. You know, I joke when I ask that question, can men breastfeed? I go and do live streams in the streets on live. I don't filter it. I don't record it and post the greatest hits. I do it live. And I ask people these questions. And normally we laugh our asses off. But the funny part is here where everyone can come to the table and talk, which is great. You got guys fiercely arguing about it. And doing their darndest to show you that they can. They're literally arguing for this, bro. So wild. What a time to be alive. It's honestly one of those wacky times, and I told you guys before, and I keep playing this. I'm gonna play this again. It's one of those times to be alive when you have memes like this. Like, this is good. You have to admit. They have a separate bathroom for him next to the trans furry club. Oh. Oh, man. You got things like that. You got things like that. You got the best, I told you, the best is like stuff like this. We live in a wonderful time. Look at this. Hold on, let's put the sound up. Oh, man. This. God, when our president is doing this, and then get this, of all things, they're putting it here in the White House. They're playing it. Well, look at this. Look at this. It's literally in the briefing room. They're literally playing it in the briefing room. Like, it's so good. I'll never forget these days.
Este es un meme que publicó el presidente.
I'll never forget these days, man. Too much Jeffrey's jiggling, bro. I just Googled male breastfeeding is possible with extreme medical intervention and hormone therapy, but is not recommended as certain essential nutrients are missing. Here, let's just copy this. I mean, I don't want to keep entertaining it, bro. You know, it's the lunacy from these guys. You know, they want to come in here and I think they're trolling. Maybe not, bro. I don't know. I'm confused. I'm so confused, bro. Oh my goodness. The trolls are mad because the president is a better troll than the Dems. Our president is a better troll than the Dems. Oh no, Jen, I didn't tell you I was live? My bad. Oh, shoot. You got to check your notifications. Welcome back. Common sense is not so common. That's why this is even a meme. Like, imagine this is actually a meme and it's like something that is like part of our current like culture and like discussions and part of the reason why the Democrats lost an election. It's so bizarre, bro. It's so bizarre. This right here is a major reason why Dems lost an election. And Democrats will say this affects nobody. This affects, blah, 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 1%, 10%, 4%. They'll give you stats. But when Donald Trump came out and said, I'm for you, I'm here for America, I'm here for you, and and the Democrats are for they, them. That was the nail in the coffin for the Democrats on that election. That was it. We all know that. I mean, you can't argue that. I won't try to find that. Trump, I'm for you, Democrats. I think this is the commercial that was like that made a big jump. Let me put the sound on, guys. Hold on.
Policy so that every transgender inmate would have access.
It sounds insane because it is insane. Kamala. He murdered a father of 3, sentenced to life in prison. Kamala Harris pushed to use tax dollars to pay for his sex change.
I made sure that they changed the policy so that every transgender inmate would have access.
It sounds insane because it is insane. Kamala was the first to help pay for a prisoner's sex change.
The power that I had, I used it in a way that was about pushing for the movement, frankly, and the agenda.
Kamala's agenda is they, them, not you.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
It was another one. That was one of them. Let's see if this is the one. Wait, where's the sound here?
Prisoners. For prisoners, every transgender inmate in the prison system.
Kamala supports taxpayer-funded sex changes for prisoners.
Surgery.
For prisoners.
For prisoners, every transgender inmate in the prison system would have access.
Hell no, I don't want my taxpayer dollars going to that.
Kamala supports transgender sex changes in jail with our money.
Kamala even supports letting biological men compete against our girls in their sports. Kamala is for they, them. President Trump is for you.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
Kamala supports taxpayer-funded sex changes.
I mean, you guys can say all you want that this is a non-issue. It doesn't affect people. This is not part of anyone's lives. Transgenders are a small sliver of the population, and you can say whatever you want. But when you have your Democratic leaders out there outright supporting all this, and those are their talking points, and then when they're confronted by it, they don't like say no this, they don't like use common sense. It's just I mean that was a major reason why they lost, and then now they continue they continue to do it. They continue to do it. They haven't stopped. And that's why this right here becomes a thing. That's why this is an actual thing. That's why I say it's a crazy time we live in where what I'm showing you on your screen, is a thing. Hey, bro, do your kids still talk to you? I don't have kids, but when I do have kids, I'm not going to put them in public schools unless it's a public school that is not indoctrinating them into that crazy mentality. Not going to do it. Not going to do it. And I've created businesses that make me enough money to where I can be a not stay at home. I'm going to raise my children myself if possible. I mean, I want them to interact and be social as well and have friends, of course. But I can have them come to work with me and they'll be spending time work with daddy, go to work with dad, learn about business, learn about taxes, learn about income, learn about strategy. That's what I'm going to do. Yep. Making sure both parents are unified is a big thing. We are unified. My fiance is here. She'll pop in here once in a while. I gotta get her on here. She hasn't been on in the lives in quite a while, but that's what I'm gonna do. Fernando Schaefer says, "Weak men create difficult times." Yeah, there's that. I'll see if I can finish that for you, but he's right. The saying goes, strong men create great times. Great times create weak men. Weak men create difficult times. Difficult times create strong men. And it just cycles again. Strong men create great times, and then great times create weak men. Weak men create difficult times. Good morning, Unlikely Preacher. What's up, buddy? Good to have you, man. Yep, all homeschool kills are socially awkward. Yours are, because you don't know how to simulate them or get them socialized with kids and have friends, and you don't know how to get along with other people's parents so you could have kids hang out with each other and do all that kind of kid stuff. But I'm a very involved person, bro. I don't sit around and just let the kids grow up on their own and raise themselves. They can, but they need daddy to be around. They need that, bro. They need daddy to be around and to talk about stuff. We got to talk about stuff. We got to teach you about life. We got to teach you about, girls and boys the right way. So you don't grow up with some wacky, crazy thing where you think men can breastfeed if they really wanted to. It's crazy. We got to talk about stuff. We got to talk about business. We got to talk about income. We got to talk about responsibility. Really big one. These days you grow up, there's no responsibility, bro. Nobody is responsible for anything. These days they make up they just say weird words. They say the opposite of reality just on the fly. And you have to believe it. And if you don't go for the lunacy, you're crazy. It's like, no, dude. Dads are needed for Terrence McGone. Hope I'm not butchering your last name. Terrence is right. Dads are needed for discipline too. And here's something that has been said that is very important. You have to be harder on your kids than the world is. You can't be easier on your kids than the world is. You can't. You can't do that. You can't be easier on your kids than the world is and then keep trying to adjust the world, try to make the world nicer to your kids. It's not going to be that way. It's not going to be that way. JLP. Let's see if I can pull this up. You shouldn't be nicer to your children than the world is. Let me see if I can find the video, bro. JLP. I'm sorry, Jordan Peterson, not JLP, Jordan Peterson. We got two JPs, Jordan Peterson and Jesse Lee Peterson.
most children now have older parents, right? Because people aren't having children until they're in their 30s. And there's a big difference between having a parent who's in his or her 30s and having a parent who's in his or her 20s.
Yep.
The 20-year-olds are still kind of like kids, and they're going to be more usefully neglectful.
Lencho's World, bro, you are the most delusional. If you believe half the stuff you were saying, try being understanding. My mom raised me and struggled a lot. I'm a product of a single mother. Yeah, that's a big problem, is a lot of people are products of single mothers. And they think they know, the right, they think they're right about everything, but you're not, bro. I'm not delusional. You calling me delusional doesn't make you right, first of all. Lencho's World, right here. I'm looking at your comment. Okay, you're raised by a single mother. Great. I know a lot of people raised by single mothers. A lot of them are lefties. Nothing wrong with it. Some of them are great. One of them is my best friend. Actually, two of them. Two of my best friends were raised by single mothers. Warrior Jen, thank you for trying to send me a super chat. Soon you will be. I just applied for that. Soon you will be. Thank you so much. And I want to play the rest of this clip. Thank you, Kimberly. Good looking out. I'm with you on it. The world needs to change. Just because a society is intolerant to some people doesn't mean you throw your child to the wolves. I think you throw your child to the wolves. I think, well, I don't know what you meant by that, but I think you got to make, I think you can't be easier on your kids than the world is. You can't. You got to prepare them for the real world. And I think you got to make them tougher. You know what I mean? That's I think the way to do it. And here's Jordan Peterson telling us that.
Most children now have older parents, right? Because people aren't having children until they're in their 30s. And there's a big difference between having a parent who's in his or her 30s and having a parent who's in his or her 20s.
Yep.
The 20-year-olds are still kind of like kids, and they're going to be more usefully neglectful, I would say. Well, look, one of the things we used to do with my daughter when she was very little was, when she was about 1.5 years, is we'd have her in a room alone, and she would usually complain about that for a few minutes, and then she'd find a way to amuse herself. She liked to take books out of shelves and put them back in, and like if you let her get through that initial bit of misery, then she would learn how to regulate herself, and she got very good at that. And so that's a good example of minor privation having a positive influence. But children used to have multiple siblings, and siblings toughen you up because there's tremendous competition in families among siblings, and they had younger parents who had fewer resources. And now parents are older, first of all, and second, they're more resource rich, and so they're more likely to schedule their children to death in some sense to provide them with all the opportunities that they feel would be useful, and that's understandable. And plus, because they have fewer children, each child is in some sense more precious. Not like if you have 10 children, you don't love all of them, but there's 10 of them. There's only so much excess attention that can go around, and they do a lot of socializing each other rather than being socialized by parents. But if you only have one child, you're going to devote all your resources to providing them with absolutely everything you can provide them with. And one of the dangers of that is that you'll overprotect them and you'll provide them with too much. And we don't understand those dynamics, right? We don't understand how much you should stay hands off your kids and let them go out there and make their own mistakes and find their own way. And that's tricky, and we're ignorant about it. And so I think one of the consequences of that is that we do have a reasonable percentage of young people, maybe young adolescents, the kind that you hear about at university, who have been overprotected and overscheduled and under-challenged in some sense. And so they're not very resilient, and that's And then, of course, what's happening in the universities, the safe spaces and the trigger warnings and all of that.
Yeah.
And there's good recent research on this. Trigger warnings clearly make things worse rather than better. We extend that overprotection far longer than is helpful. You know, it's hard, though, because, as I said, when you have resources, you can use them to make your children's lives, let's say, easier. But the question is, like, do you really want to make the life of someone you love easier? And that's an incredibly difficult question.
That wasn't exactly the clip I wanted to play, but I mean, he has a bunch of them. But let's go back to our chat, because we got some things going on here with some people calling me names and telling me that I'm this, that, and the other. And I'm not attacking. I never attacked single moms, so I don't know why all of a sudden you turn into a snowflake and now you feel attacked. Everyone, you say any words these days and someone feels attacked. No, bro, not attacking anybody. You would know if I'm attacking you. And if you're attacked by any like simple words, bro, then you're just, you need to grow up. But yeah, there's a thing to be said about having the father in the home as well. That's the point. You know, it's a major advantage, or it's you know, it's, you're at a disadvantage being being raised without a father, without both parents. I mean, let's just be honest. It is what it is. And if you think that's an attack, you can take it however you want. It's just reality. That's just reality. So here, I think this might be it.
How can I best prepare my children to face the world and balance conservative views without them becoming demonized for having them?
Oh wow, this is a good, probably this might be a little too heavy.
Well, it isn't exactly obvious to me that children have views. You know what I mean? It's rare enough to meet adults that have views. I think I would say I'm going to answer a slightly different question.
Let me go to a plate.
And why? Well, because they're going to have to contend with the social world, right? They're going to have to. So you might think that what you're trying to do as parents is to mirror the structure of the social world to your children. And why? Well, because they're going to have to contend with the social world, right? They're going to have to move beyond you as soon as they're beyond basic infancy, especially by the time they hit about 3 years of age, because that's when children become truly social. The primary world they're going to inhabit is going to be the social world. And it's going to be primarily the world of their peers. And so they better be adapted to that world, or it's going to be, not only is it going to be rough on them and miserable because they're going to be alienated and isolated and lonesome and have no one to play with. It's worse than that, because what peers do when they play.
Awesome, Henry. Thank you, bro. Thanks for ordering your medication hat, man. Appreciate you. Good looking out. I can't wait to get our shirts and ship these out to you guys. So excited, bro, for me and for you guys. So pumped.
Is to push each other optimally in relationship to development. So imagine that you're playing chess with someone and you want a partner to play with. What kind of partner do you want? And the answer is, well, you want a partner in play who's slightly better at the game than you are. And you might say, well, why? Because if they're slightly better than you, you're going to lose disproportionate number of the times. Why don't you just find someone utterly useless? They don't even know how to play chess. You just stomp the hell out of them continually. It's like, well, that's no fun. Why not? Well, it's because the fun is actually derived from the process of being optimally pushed by an opponent who's worthy. And worthy would mean they're not so much better than you that you just get ground into the dirt, but they're not so much worse than you that
I'm gonna get back to what a green substance just said, but I'm gonna say what Jordan Peterson said here really is legit. It's true. You want to have someone that challenges you, or else it's super boring. Anyway, so a green substance says my third grader told us yesterday, and girl in her class told her. A girl in her class told her she's a lesbian and a furry. Shit's an epidemic. Guys, do any more of you guys see this? Because I have a cousin of mine that allowed her kid to believe she's a wolf. Literally one of my cousins, bro. Literally. And I have, just so you know, I'm from Southern California. I'm born and raised here. And I have 15 cousins, first cousins out here in Southern California. My mom's grandpa, like, dude, he had a big family, and my mom's family is big, and so they all came out here. And one of my cousins literally raised her kid and allowed her to believe she's a wolf. And you can kind of guess how things went and the kind of things that she ended up doing. And I don't know, it's all good, but Benjamin, yeah, it's awful. My daughter's mother is calling the school today. Yeah, bro, that's nuts. That is nuts. Cali strong, baby. We gotta turn Cali red, guys. We gotta. You know, I thought about, like, how can I get involved somehow to help California become a little more red? I gotta figure out how to do that. There's got to be a way I can help. When I dropped off my son to prom, about 8 to 10% of folks were trans. Wow, bro. And then they say, oh, this doesn't happen anywhere. This is not affecting anybody. Who cares about this stuff? You guys keep talking about this stuff that nobody knows about. It's like, no, dude. Everybody knows someone that's, like, in their literal, like, space where they are at every day that is trans now. The family of wolves walking on all fours and all shapes. Yeah. Yep. It's wild, dude. It's wild. It's out of control. There's a couple good Jordan Peterson clips where he says specifically, he says, basically, yeah, not to be nicer to your kids than the world is, because you set them up for failure. And then they got to learn. It's going to take them a long time to figure it. They'll figure it out, but it'll take them time. Furries need to be introduced to Oh man. Yeah. If you tell a kid they can be a dolphin, they'll Bro, it's out of control. A green substance says, growing up, we had goth, jocks, punks, emos, smart kids, gangsters. Some people flip-flop to find themselves, but there wasn't 10% of us pretending to be a different gender. Exactly, bro. We get the differences and you want to express yourself and all that stuff, but then, honestly, you want to be a different gender in your head? Great. But don't push it on us. What does that mean? Men and women's bathrooms, men and women's sports, men and women's jails. You know, don't push it, bro. Mighty Ben says, my parents were transparent. There you go. That's a good way to have them. Yeah, you got lucky, bro. You got lucky. That was a close one. So, by the way, guys, just to slip in a little bit, this is me taking pictures of sun. I do a bike ride once in a while. It's my sister, my fiance. My buddies, I was raised by a single mom. That was a sunrise that I caught. I catch sunrises every once in a while. Not every once in a while. Almost every day I wake up to catch the sunrise and do sunlight viewing. This was a cool one. That was a good one. I did it this morning. Yeah. Yep. I have a nice little camera. I go out there and I catch sunrises. And I do sunlight viewing like Andrew Huberman tells you to do. You guys know who Andrew Huberman is? Peter Attia. Yeah. So, guys, if you're not aware, this thing happened in UK. Some guy, I guess, some lunatic drove the beautiful part I live in, Dana Point, for 2 years. It was beautiful, but didn't like the political part. Yeah, Orange County, where I live, is thank you. Orange County, where I live, is it's on the edge of being red or blue, depending on the day, and so that's why you'll see me go do these lives out in public, and you get lots of different reviews. So these are my lives. This right here, where I said women are back and they want real men. That was a good one. That was fun. But this is where I go and I hit people up in Huntington Beach.
In men that will be protectors, providers, be decisive, lead the family, those kinds of things. So
this is Huntington
anyway,
Beach.
I mean, I think hopefully we're getting back to that. But
I hope so.
Here are more
but
people here.
She was allegedly that person.
Here are some people I met from France.
Okay.
And just getting people's perspectives on things and seeing how they feel.
Okay.
Now here's something interesting.
I'm doing
I met these people again. I do like. So this is and I wonder why my internet went down a little bit. Wait, why is that happening? Whoa. What's happening? Oh, come on now. Are we back? Are we back? Not sure what happened. I had a little dip. I had a little dip with my all right, sweet. Thank you. Hell yeah. Yeah. Okay, so we're back. Hopefully it stays up. Good. So I go do street interviews. I don't like record and then go and then live stream straight up, and you see what people say. And these see if we're back. Are we back? Are we back? I think we're back. I just restarted my system here, so we'll see if it comes back. Yeah. Okay.
YouTube.
Okay, so that's working. This is working. Okay, our chat's working. Everything's connected there. I think I gotta check here. How's this working? This looking good? You're back? Okay, sweet. So yeah, these are people I met in France. I'm sorry, in France. This is at the Huntington Beach Pier. The pier is behind me now. I'm holding the camera. And I met these people. They're from France. Now you got to excuse my camera. I'm a one-man show running around doing these live streams out in public. So here we go.
YouTube series is called America Unfiltered.
Okay.
And I'm talking to people, see what's their perspective. Hi there. How are you? Hi. Nice to meet you.
Here comes Dad.
So I just talk to people and see what their opinions are.
Okay. Your opinion about what? My English comes from
We just came from France. From France? Yes. Wow, that's interesting. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of different things happening with France and England. Let me ask you this. Do you think we should have open borders?
I think that we should open borders.
Wide open borders?
Wide open.
Do you think that sorry, the cars are loud. Depending?
Yes.
Okay. You're different opinion from
Yes.
Same?
Yes. Yeah, depending.
So guys, this is a family. If you don't know, I just randomly ran into them, asked them questions like I do when I do these streams. And this is alive. So this is the father here on the right. And this, I didn't know, this turned out to be his 2 daughters. And then his son comes, and I think his wife comes as well. So I see they end up having the whole family. And the crazy part is they all disagree. That's the funny part, which is cool. At least, you know, they're not all into one clan or whatever cult. So here, let's keep listening. So the father just said he's for wide open borders. And then the daughter on the left says that it depends.
But we are not in the same opinion, but it's the same family. But we don't share all opinions. I brought my daughter and my. A state of mind. Pregnant is for a woman.
Let's see, is the sound working? Okay, our sound is back, and I'm back. Hopefully this restart works. I did a full restart on everything. Holy cow. Let me get our chat back in here. Sorry, guys, about that. That was a fluke thing right there. All right, cool. Thank you. We got sound. And then let's get your chat back in here. All right, there's our chat right there. And then let's get our Instagram back. Where's our IG? I got multiple screens here, guys. Okay, there's IG. Let's pull IG over here. And let's get this dialed in. And let's get our IG chat back in so we can see State Line and everybody else there. Let's see here. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, there's IG chat. All right, so we're back. Cool. Where were we? Holy cow. So before I play the clip, something happened in UK. There was a guy that drove and hit two people, got out and started stabbing people. So and at like a Jewish holiday at a Jewish a church. And I'm going to try to pull that up.
Breaking news in England, where police say at least 2 people were killed in a stabbing attack outside of a synagogue on the holiest day of the Jewish year. A third person believed to be the offender was shot by police and is believed to have been killed. And now we want to go to a live look at the scene in Manchester right now. You see plenty of first responders there, the bomb squad investigating. There are still concerns, though, that there could be explosives on the attacker's body. At least 3 other people were injured and taken to the hospital in serious condition. We'll keep you posted.
This morning, an appalling attack took place in Grubsall in Manchester. 2 people have died. The attacker has been shot dead by the police. We believe we know their identity.
The question I have for you guys from UK is, what do you think the police are more concerned about right now? This or people that are saying are hurting people's feelings on social media?
But for safety reasons at the scene, we're unable to confirm at this stage. 3 other members of the public are in a serious condition. We have also made 2 further arrests. And based on what we know, counter-terrorism policing has declared this as a terrorist incident. Our specialist...
Lord, are you from England? And who else do we have? Do we have anyone else from England? Those of you guys from England, what do you think the authorities are more concerned with right now? Are they concerned with this incident, or are they concerned with people getting their feelings hurt on social media?
Teams are now leading the investigation into what happened at Heaton Park Hebrew Congregation Synagogue and working closely with Greater Manchester Police. As we do this, those who have been killed and injured are at the forefront of our minds, as are their families, friends, and all of those who love them. An attack on our Jewish community today on Yom Kippur is devastating. Communities across the UK would normally be marking this holy day are now grieving and worried about their safety. And I want to be clear, UK policing is mobilising, and it's mobilising fast.
It's mobilizing to find out who's getting their feelings hurt or to find out what happened here?
Police forces are stepping up patrols across the country at synagogues and Jewish sites, and more widely to provide reassurance to all those communities who have been affected by this incident. At Counter-Terrorism Police, we're deploying all of our capabilities in response to what has happened.
Lord is obviously not understanding what I'm saying, is not getting the reference. So Lord says it's not even close. It's definitely this is more important than people getting their feelings hurt on social media. He says you got to be thick to believe that this would be lower priority. Lord, do you understand what I'm saying? Do you get the reference that I'm making? UK is known for being more concerned about people's hurt feelings on social media than what's actually happening, actual violence and crime in their country. That's the reference that I'm making. That's the point that I'm making. That's why I said, is this more important to the police right now, or are they running around still prioritizing people's hurt feelings on social media? That's the reference.
And we have resources from across our network involved. We will ensure every piece of intelligence and line of inquiry is interrogated. We're working closely with the security services to ensure we have a full intelligence picture in the coming days and weeks. Following events in Crumpsall today, I'd also like to ask the public to remain vigilant. Please report anything that doesn't feel right to the police and be alert to what is happening in your own communities. Thank you.
He said it himself. Please report anything that doesn't feel right.
All right, but we're going to begin with that breaking news out of the UK, where British police say 2 people are dead.
Just messing with you guys in the UK, bro. But you guys got to get your shit together. You got to do it. Look up the illegalization of catcalling in the UK. Illegalization of catcalling in the UK. Catcalling in the UK.
It's not often I do a sort of double take at a newspaper article, unless it's an unhinged headline. But this just, and I should probably apologise in advance to Australian listeners, because it obviously means I subscribe to some stereotypes about Australians that are deeply unfair and completely untrue. I presumed when we were having this conversation yesterday that it was an almost universal condition. That it was not, I know we're only supposed to be concerned about the men in this country that Robert Jenrick is xenophobic about. But obviously this is a problem that is endemic to masculinity. And because it's endemic to masculinity, I thought it was universal. So if you'd said to me, I am in Bordeaux, it would be as likely that you'd get harassed while running as if you were in Birmingham, if you were in Barcelona.
Get to the point.
Be carefree in shorts.
Okay, let's hear it. Come on. Let's see. What is this? Catcalling?
These women aren't friends out for a run. They're actually undercover police officers taking to the streets in Surrey as part of a new operation trying to stop people catcalling and harassing female runners.
We get honked at, the staring, the hanging out of the window just to look at us, and it's so prevalent.
I have a lot to say about this, bro. Is this what you're talking about? Is this what you're talking about right now? Is this what you're talking about? Who is look up legal 77 Icky Mickey? Is it Mickey? Did I yeah, Mickey? All right, bro. So this is what you're talking about? Bro, let me ask you this. Why do you guys think they didn't pick some really fat girls to do this? Why do you guys think they didn't pick some fat girls to do this? Let's replay this, bro. Let's go. Mickey just got us going, dude. Hold on a second. Refresh.
These women aren't friends out for a run. They're actually undercover police officers taking to the streets in Surrey as part of a new operation trying to stop people catcalling and harassing female runners.
They're not exactly skinny. They're a little juicy. Or thick with extra, like 3 Ks or 3 Cs. 3 Cs? I don't know, bro. I'm a little past the thick, but they're a little juicy. but they're not fat. They're not fat. They're not fat. Why do you think they're not fat?
These women aren't friends out for a run. They're actually undercover police officers taking to the streets in Surrey as part of a new operation trying to stop people catcalling and harassing female runners.
We get honked at, the staring, the hanging out of the window just to look at us, and it's so prevalent.
And police teams are ready to intervene the moment the officers are beeped at, followed or shouted at, pulling people over.
Those kind of behaviours may not be criminal offences in themselves, but they still need to be addressed. And of course, the people that are likely to commit those kind of behaviours, you know, they may then go on to commit more serious offences.
These women aren't friends out.
What are you talking about, bro? They may go on to commit more serious offenses? Men are designed to want women, to procreate. What are you guys, bro? Mickey, thank you, bro. Thank you, man. Appreciate you. Appreciate you, dude. Thanks for, I had no idea this is incredible. I might start my next 2 or 3 live streams with this alone just to warm it up. I'm about to break a sweat. What is this, bro? This is a joke? Okay, I got love for y'all, but your government... Bro, this is real. This is real, right? Police deny excess... no. How these... okay. This is real.
These women aren't friends out for a run. They're actually undercover police officers taking to the streets in Surrey as part of a new operation trying to stop people catcalling and harassing female runners.
We get honked at, the staring, the hanging out of the window just to look at us, and it's so...
We're supposed to check out girls. Men are supposed to check out. That's what we do. The very most, everything else in this world that you see around you is added on top of the very fundamental first basic thing of being human, a male, is first things first, girls. Then you have all this stuff, books and cars and buildings and I don't know, whatever. Paper and computers and all this stuff. The very first thing ever was girl. Let's go. Girl. Let's go. Ha ha. Ooh, ha ha. And now they're saying that if you look at a girl or you call out to a girl, hey, I think you're cute, that it's going to lead to a far worse crime or something? Like, what are you talking about, bro? These guys are loony. Let's listen to this.
So prevalent.
Damn, you're not the sharpest tool in the shed. Are you? Keep it to yourself, dog. Are you talking to me? I don't know. Maybe. Or maybe you're talking to people in the chat. Maybe. Are you talking to me? Keep it to yourself? No. If I keep it to myself, then I'm not going to find girl. Man need girl. Man need to find girl. If man don't talk to girl, man don't get girl. That's how it works. That's how it works. And then here's the funniest part. These same girls will be like, or guys, or I don't know, whatever it is, keep it to yourself, right? They say, keep it to yourself. And they'll be the first ones that'll be like, how come men don't talk to us? Men aren't the same. Men are not men anymore. How come men don't like men? Oh my God, bro. Guys. Girls, please. You go talk to women elsewhere. What does that mean? You go talk to women elsewhere. No, I talk to women anywhere I want to. I talk to women. I'm a man. Anywhere I want to, I talk to women. Why? Because I'm a man. I'm a man. And women want me to talk to them. Women want men to talk to them. They also want to procreate. Unless you've lost your ways and you're like not even human anymore. And you like, I'm never gonna procreate. I'm gonna go against everything. And what you guys thought today is opposite. What you guys thought yesterday is opposite today, and all this kind of bullshit. Like, no. No. And the same girls that say, keep it to yourself. We don't want to get hit on. We don't want to hear from men. We don't want you to talk to us. We don't want to. There's the same ones that'll tomorrow be crying, say, how come men don't talk to us? Men aren't men anymore. And you know what? We're not feminists. Now, you know what? Screw men. We don't need men. Right? Come on, guys. Right? Why must I be like that? Why must I chase the... Enough for the dog in me. Oh, I love it. Yeah, that's right. That's right. It's just, it is what it is. You want to make us something we're not. You want to change the whole world around you. Stop trying to change things around you that you can't change and work on yourself and how you digest the world around you. That's how it works. That's how it works. Stop trying to change the whole world to cater to your mentality that you decided to have in your own head. Not going to happen. Men are not men anymore, right? And 1 minute you will receive... I don't know what that means. Please explain. Yep. That's what it is, guys. 1 minute you're telling us, don't ever talk to... you know what? We don't want any men to... Don't talk to us. Don't name call. Don't call out and say you like us. Don't call us cute. Don't ever say anything. And then the next minute, men are not the same anymore. We can't, why can't, yeah, girl, I can't fight. There's no real men anymore. We can't fight. You know what? Screw men. And it leads to this whole thing of, now, I don't need no man. I don't need no, it's like, oh, okay, bro, like, fine, whatever. But keep it to yourself, because a lot of other women want real men. And that's why I actually did this thing here. So I did this series called Women Are Back and They Want Real Men. No joke. What's up? Oh, here's one right here. Are you gonna come show your face on the live? You want to show your face on the live? In a minute. Real quick, so they can see a real woman. No. You guys want to see a real woman? She's over here talking. Are you gonna make me coffee? Come on, woman. Make me a coffee, woman. Come here, woman. Yes, please. Or do you want protein shake? Protein shake with coffee would be even better. I got to go to the gym today. I got upper body I got to do today. And then tomorrow is lower body, leg day. Your sister doesn't count. No, not my sister, bro. No, don't project your life onto us, bro. Don't project your life onto us, Thomas de Groot. Thomas de Groot. Crazy Ange, love leg day. I like box jumps, but leg day, you know, the squats and the deadlifts and the this and the that and the girl, what are those girly things you guys do? The ones where you like you bring your legs in like that, and then you switch it, and then you separate your legs like that, so you get like the the outside of your butt, and then you get your inner thighs, and you know, us men, you know, we could max those machines. Those machines don't have enough weights for us. You know that, right? Those machines you girls use to do those little inductor. Yeah, there you go. Inductors and those. Yeah, exactly. Oh, dude. Oh, I was showing you. Sorry, bro. I do all kinds of wacky stuff. I'm all over the place. So that's a fun part about my stream is I'm not just coming in here and giving you like one hard thing and hammering just one thing. I'm all over the place. As you can see, my YouTube, you know, I love photography. I love cameras. You know, you can see some of my stuff. But I did this thing here. It's called Women Are Back and They Want Real Men. And my thing about that, it's one of those questions where girls, when there you go, yeah, adductor and abductor, yeah, I think that's what it is. And I hit people up and I hit, you know, we talk about it, and I think we're getting to a point now where, you know, women are back, and when I say women are back, I mean women that are wanting to have a family and they want a man that will protect them, provide for them, and women, you know, that, you know, women want men that want to have kids. Yeah, that's what I mean. They're back. Those kind of women are coming back, and they want real men. So that means that we need to start raising real men again, because we went off the deep end, bro, like bad. Let me fix my white balance. I think my camera's a little too yellow. Let me see if it'll let me do it on the fly. I have to use a white paper to do this. Camera stuff, guys, camera stuff. Does that fix it a little bit? Yeah, so I'm not as yellow. Yeah. I think that's more my natural color there. Yeah, there we go. Forrest says, real men that have class would be great. I bet you, Forrest, you don't know the first thing about class when you make a comment like that. Because I think you're kind of saying it towards me. Having class doesn't mean kissing your girl's ass. That's not class. And girls don't want a guy that pulling out chairs, closing doors, doing that. That's different. I'm talking about, oh, it's okay, honey. I know you had a busy day today being a stay-at-home mom, and I know that breastfeeding is something that, you know, it's tiring or whatever. Let me take over breastfeeding for you for today. Cheryl Schultz, God bless you. She says, I want a real man. See, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Yeah. So that's what I did. So you can see this video I have right here. Women are back and they want real men. I've done 3 episodes of that out in the streets, live streaming. Yeah. You want to see like one of them just for fun? Like, I don't know, which one is this one?
And hopefully we get some people today so we can have some talks. So let's keep looking around. It's my second time doing this. It's called Women Are Back and They Want Real Men.
Sorry,
and
my camera's
I just want to know, how do you feel about that? What does that make you think?
Yeah, I mean, I would agree.
Yeah?
You can't really argue with that.
Okay. And what does that make you think of? Like when I say that, like,
I'm more of the approach, I like the traditional mindset, especially with like the kids. So I think that like a mother being at home and caring for the kids is a job in itself. So I put respect to that as well.
Sorry, man, don't mean to. I'm just testing this thing out because.
Sorry, I'm having issues with my camera. I'm a one-man crew, so it's hard to. I'm not looking at my camera while I'm holding it, so I'm out there live streaming. Literally, I have a full camera like kit and everything, and I'm in Huntington Beach, California. This is at the pier, so just so you guys know.
It's not been working lately, but yeah, it's blown out. So yeah, that's along the lines of what I'm talking about. You know, going back to the traditional way, and you know, I think this whole thing of feminism and women trying to compete with their husbands and their men, who can make the most money and who can work the most and whatnot. I think they're realizing that there's more value in finding a real man that can provide, that can protect, that can allow for the woman to, you know, raise children. And you know, because of feminism, you see a lot less women having children these days, wanting to have children these days. But now it's, I think, kind of going back. It's sort of a reset, almost, to where, you know, they're wanting to have children. They're wanting to, you know, we can call it a role, but I'm not trying to say it's a role specifically, but that's kind of like what it's been for human nature since the beginning of time.
Yeah, like I said, it's a job in itself too.
Yeah.
You know, that's a full-time gig right there.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think it's all about perspective too. There's certain situations where maybe it makes more sense, and then there's other situations where, you know, there's very successful women out there, which I'll give credit to, but at the end of the day, you know, the traditional mindset is kind of where I lean more towards.
Sweet, me as well. So
yeah,
appreciate you, man.
Yeah.
Thank you for talking with me.
Nice talking to you, man.
Awesome.
Have a good one.
You too.
Here we go. Check this out. Check this out. I hit these guys up. Listen to this.
Here we are. Hey guys, I'm doing a series on YouTube right now. It's called "Women Are Back and They Want Real Men."
I don't want to be a part of it, but I like this message.
You do like it?
I like this message.
You okay? You approve? Yeah.
No, I'm shy.
Do you feel like we're having sort of a reset and we're going back to the basics in a way, where men
are very much in their princess era. They want you to like hold their bags, open their door for them.
Exactly.
It's too much. But not my man. He's great.
Right on. You're the man. All right. So men are going back, like women are going back to looking at men as providers, protectors.
Yes.
You know, as leading the charge, being decisive. You know.
You hear what she said? Men are very much in their princess era. They want you to hold their bags for them. They want you to open the doors for them. Oh man. Yeah, this is new. This is Huntington Beach. I'll show you guys the pier. This is the pier. This is the Huntington Beach pier. This is where I was at. You can tell you're a douche, Zeke. Thanks for coming back, bro. Good to have you, man. Thanks for jumping in the chat and trash talking, bro. Who was this that said his mom must be proud? Fishmac said, I bet his mom is so proud of him. Yep. Yeah, of that guy that I interviewed. Yeah. I agree. I think that's what you meant. Yeah. What do you guys think about this series I did? Women Are Back and They Want Real Men. Pretty good, huh? Not bad. Not bad. Not bad. Are you back? Are you back? Come here. Come here. Come on. We'll get her on in a second, guys. But check this out. I can't believe this is going on in the UK right here. This is crazy. I'm going to refresh this because these girls, and not going to lie, don't mind watching them jog. I'm going to trigger you guys.
These women aren't friends out for a run. They're actually undercover police officers taking to the streets in Surrey as part of a new operation trying to stop people catcalling and harassing female runners.
We get honked at, the staring, the hanging out of the window just to look at us, and it's so prevalent.
And police teams are ready to intervene the moment the officers are beeped at, followed or shouted at, pulling people over.
This is crazy what they say here.
Those kind of behaviours may not be criminal offences in themselves, but they still need to be addressed. And of course, the people that are likely to commit those kind of behaviours, you know, they may then go on to commit more serious offences.
These women.
The guys that are calling out, catcalling, or telling these girls they're cute while they're running may go on to do more serious offenses, is what they said. Are you gonna come on the thing? Come on over here. Where are you at? Women are back, guys.
Yay!
Hold on. Let me see this
Is
here. Hold
that
on.
guy still on? The one about the pull-ups?
About the pull-ups? No, the pull-ups guy, I haven't seen him in a while. I don't know. But guys, this is my fiance. Oh, here, where is she at here?
Super dorks. Can you please open that really quick so I can make that?
See, she wants a real man, a man that can open stuff. You see that? She says, here, can you open that for me? Here. Boom. Oh,
no.
Oh, I almost couldn't do it. Just kidding. Oh, dude. Deshaun, thank you, bro. W's in the chat, bro. W's in the chat. Hell yeah, bro. State Line, thank you, bro. Thank you. I got to get her on here more often. Thank you, guys. Good looking out. Women are back, baby. So I got this thing in the wrong angle. Women are back and they want real men, baby. Let's go. Thank you, Jen. Thank you, guys. Good looking out. Thomas de Groot says, she can do better. She don't want no soy boy, bro. Get out of here. Get out of here with that, bro. She don't want no soy boy. She don't want no soy boy, bro. Get out of here with that. Thank you, Cheryl. Thank you. W's in the chat. Thank you. She don't want no soy boy, bro. Get out of here with that. Get out of here, bro. You couldn't do a single pull-up, bro. What are you going to do to protect her, bro? What are you going to do? What are you going to do to provide, bro? Huh? Men, you got to be providers. You got to be protectors. You got to lead the way. You got to be decisive. You know? You got to be seasoned. You got to get out there and do stuff. You got to, so that you can have experience and so you can see things coming. You can make good decisions. You can lead the way. You can lead the family, all that stuff. You know what I mean? Probably, State Line. Probably, bro. But the fact that this cop from the UK says if men are going to call out to these women and tell them they're cute or something, or say, hey, what's your name? That they're going to go, they need to really get a handle on these men because they might commit more serious offenses. That to me is that's just the weirdest thing I've ever heard. I've heard in a while, bro. Let me refresh this because this is nuts.
Women aren't friends outfit app.
Those kind of criminal.
Listen to this.
Those kind of behaviours may not be criminal offences in themselves, but they still need to be addressed. And of course, the people that are likely to commit those kind of behaviours, they may then go on to commit more serious offences.
These
those kind of behaviours may not be criminal offences in themselves, but they still need to be addressed. And of course, the people that are likely to commit those kind of behaviours, they may then go on to commit more serious offences.
These women aren't friends out for a run. They're actually undercover police officers taking to the streets in Surrey as part of a new operation trying to stop people catcalling and harassing female runners.
We get honked at.
What a trip, dude. England is gone. England is gone, guys. Holy cow. What is going on here, bro? Wow. Wow. Not gonna lie, she's kind of cute. But why do you think they didn't pick fatties to go do this thing? Guys, why do you think they didn't pick fatties to go do this?
These women aren't friends out for a run. They're actually undercover police officers. These women...
I thought all you liberals will keep saying fatties are beautiful. Fat is the new skinny. Fat is beautiful. Oh, all that stuff. What happened to that? How come you don't have fatties doing this? Come on, bro. Come on, guys. They're not exactly like super skinny. They're a little juicy. I think that's good. I mean, you know, to each his own, for sure. Yeah, I agree, bro. I'm with you on the. I agree with you on the cushion. You know, but State Line says it's a kind of entrapment. Benjamin is calling it too entrapment, bro. Yeah, you guys are right, bro. This is entrapment, bro. That's why this is entrapment. They know what they're doing. They're not going to put some Lizzo. Is it Lizzo? They're not going to put Lizzo. Let's put Lizzo, bro. They're not going to put Lizzo, bro. We're not going to get Lizzo out there entrapping these men. Right? Truth, I'm with you, bro. I'm with you, bro. I'm with you on this one. On this one right here.
And aren't friends.
I'm with you
Out
on
for a
this,
run,
dude.
they're actually undercover police officers taking to the streets in Surrey as part of a new operation trying to stop people catcalling and harassing female runners. We get
Guys are supposed to be looking at women. Guys are supposed to be calling out to women. Guys are supposed to be looking like interested and trying their luck with women. That's what we're supposed to do. It's not like girls are coming out going, "Hey man," doing it to us. We got to go do it to them. That's how it works. It's not. Here's the crazy part. It's not only like that for humans. It's like that across the animal kingdom. Why do you think most male animals are better looking than female animals? Are you guys aware of that? Random says I would be okay with getting catcalled. Yeah. Men, we'd be down, but it doesn't happen to us. Once in a while it does. We get the look, you know? But State Line says Johnny likes a skinny girl, but he never turns down a fatty. Yeah. You know what I mean? So men are supposed to look at girls. Men are supposed to be interested. Men are supposed to go after girls. Men are supposed to do that. Men are supposed to do that. That's how the world works. And here's the funny part. My girl knows that too. I'll look at girls right in front of her. I'll look over and I'll say, dude, you know what? She's cute. Or, okay, that girl's hot. And she gets it. She'd rather have a man that likes women and that is into women rather than a man that's a soy boy. Oh no, honey, no, I'll never look at another girl ever again, ever. Oh, bro. You're right, honey. I should never, ever look in the direction of a woman ever again. The biggest joke I've ever heard in my life is when friends and people I know and people I talk to go, no, he doesn't look at, no, he doesn't look at women. He's not allowed to talk to girls. Okay. Okay. Yep. Oh, and good luck showing your nah. Just look at my explore page on Instagram. It doesn't look like this. It does not look like this. And my girl knows. I like women. And I'm allowed to look at women. Why? Because I'm a man. I know it's a weird thing. I know these days I'm kind of like a rare species. Oh man, I've dated Latinas. Unlikely preacher, I've dated Latinas, but I'll tell you, I wasn't always like this. And you have a point, unlikely preacher. I dated, I used to be a Democrat, bro. I used to be a lefty. I wasn't quite a soy boy lefty, but I was a lefty, and I've dated women that were like, "Oh, why are you looking at her? And why'd you talk to her? Why'd you say, how come you entertain that conversation? And how come you," and yeah, I've been there. I've been there, bro. I'm not perfect. I wasn't perfect, and I'm not perfect. I'm still getting better. Every day I get better and better. Every day. Every day. You know, it's a grow. As long as you're progressing, bro, you're growing. Why do you think those UK cops didn't look like this, guys? Deshaun, did you know we can't type soy boy without all the O's? YouTube banned those words. Here, guys, she's back. What is this purple thing now?
Because I put blackberries and blueberries in.
I'm a man. I don't do purple stuff.
You're so
come over here, bro. So, yeah. They love you, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
Guys.
But he's kidding, by the way. And he's like a very loyal man, but he's allowed to look. Everybody looks. Girls look, by the way. We know when there's a hot guy.
I mean, it's just, it's human nature, guys.
Yeah, you're like, I think that
Tell
the
'em,
more
tell 'em.
I think the more you control your spouse and stuff, the more they want to cheat. Because if anybody wants to cheat, they can do it, you know? And it's better to just be able to tell you like, oh, that girl looks cute or whatever. He's so respectful though, you know? Don't try to sound like you're a bad man.
I'm not a bad man. I'm a man. Oh, man. I'm not a bad man. I'm a man. You know, that's how it is. Well, you got a little taste, bro. There's my fiance for you guys. There it is. She's like, should we invite them to the wedding? Oh, dude. Oh, man. She made me some purple drink, bro. This is my protein shake. And I'm sure it's got those little chia seeds and all these little soy boy stuff, all these little soy boy things in it. Huh?
They call you a soy boy?
Yeah, I got guys calling me soy boy, and I got guys calling me all kinds of stuff. So funny. Mighty Bean, thank you, bro, or girl, thank you so much. They say this guy OSJ is just totally triggered. He's like, you're an insecure man.
To you?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. You want to pull up a chair? Pull up a chair, bro. Do it here. Do it here. We can do a little session together. Pull up your chair. Dope beard, though. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I showed you guys what I shave with. I do this myself. I line it up myself. I do a double edge razor. So for those of you guys that are listening to all this man talk and woman talk, and it's okay to talk to women and it's okay to look at women, you heard it from her. You heard it from her. That's what it is. And for all you guys that are listening to this, start shaving with a double edge razor. Yeah, like Al Capone used to. Start shaving with a double-edged razor. Drink that lean. It looks like lean, huh? I've never had lean, but But this is a protein shake with coffee, and she put some like purple berries in it. So now looks like a fruity soy boy drink. It's got this coffee, chocolate, berry taste. It's all over the place. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see let's see. He says she's 15 years. She's not quite 15 years younger than me, but you're close. She's 10 years younger. I'm giving you guys too much information now, but it's all good. Thank you, Mighty Bean, again. Just saw this again. This guy says you're trying to convince everyone. No, don't have to try to do nothing, bro. Don't have to try to do nothing, bro. I do things. I'm a doer. I do things. I'm a doer, bro. I do things. I get things done. I just told him about the protein shake.
But tell them about it's Chike. It's a brand.
Yeah. Well, give me the package and I'll show them.
I don't have the package anymore. I put it in our drawer.
Because I'm down to make these guys into real men, bro.
No. Tell them. The protein shake.
Hold on.
Seriously, go. The protein shake is like this thing called Chike. Chike. You could get it at Sprouts or like I'm sure anywhere.
Well, show us the package, bro.
No, I don't have the package. I put them in containers.
Oh,
There's
she puts them in
no way
containers.
we're gonna have the package. He's high.
Oh, okay. Unlikely preacher says it's okay. Medication. My wife and I are 7 years apart. She's older.
Yeah, age is a number. Who cares how old you are?
Cheers to you guys. Hold on here.
Yeah, it doesn't matter how old you are. It's about how you act. Who you like. Sometimes he has more energy than me, to be honest. So.
Mm-hmm.
I'm working.
Because I'm not a soy boy.
No.
Because I'm not. Because
I'm
I'm not.
What does soy boy mean even?
OSJ. You see OSJ in the chat? That's what it means.
Where?
Right there.
There's like 100.
OSJ. OSJ.
Oh,
you got to keep up with the chat. Yeah, I know. There's a lot.
But I think soy boy means some people that eat soy.
Yeah.
So what? We eat like everything.
I know. It's a joke.
Oh.
Deshaun, are you ready, bro? Beta.
Oh my God.
Who says that?
That guy.
Do you know his name?
I forget his name.
Oh, dude, you're letting us down.
The shirt guy.
The guy we bought shirts from. Yeah, what's his name?
I don't know. Something.
You can say
it
it.
Starts with a P.
JLP.
Okay, I was gonna say Jordan Peterson.
It's close. Jesse Lee Peterson. Amazing.
Amazing. I do like when he says amazing like that.
Oh man. They're missing meat in their diet, not in their mouth. Yeah, they're Jesse Lee, baby. Beta. OSJ. Beta.
How can you see the chat that like small?
Because, bro, I'm a multitasker. I'm gonna try to trigger him again.
Why do you?
Because I'm a man.
Girl on the thing?
Why do I have this girl? Because
this Lizzo.
That's Lizzo, bro. Because here's the thing. These UK people right here.
Yeah.
They literally are trying to.
Lizzo's.
They're trying to. What's the word? Entrap men, and get them to holler at them. And then like write them up or give them some kind of warning or ticket.
What? That's illegal?
Apparently,
come to California.
Apparently, in the UK, it's illegal, and here I'll see, well, you won't be able to hear it, but they use these girls to go out there and get these guys, and this is what these girls look like. Let me make this bigger for the chat. Like, this is what they look like, and I was like, wonder why they don't show this. Wonder why they didn't go with girls that look like this.
I'm sure these girls get catcalled too.
I bet you they do too.
Yeah, some men love a big girl.
Yeah.
You know?
They do. But that's why I got Lizzo up. It looks like an incredible gassy break. Yep.
Oh, I'm smarter than you? I'm just kidding. No, I'm smart in different ways than him. He's very different smart, and I'm different smart.
Yep. Oh my God, James Kirk is in here making us crazy again. Do I got?
Why? Don't leave him.
I don't. I'm
No,
not
it's
trying to
so
do
fun.
violence.
What did he say?
And then meet up and Bay Area, homie. I'll do this, homie. And ew, you guys, come on,
Sir,
bro.
we're not going to Bay Area anytime soon.
No.
We have other
I mean,
places
with
to
other
be.
people in the chat. No, no, guys, come on. Let's not do that in the chat, please. Deshaun, leave him alone, bro. Let's not try to do that.
What is he saying? But your husband is so insecure. He thinks being pretty is the highest compliment. Actually, he doesn't. He doesn't actually think like about.
Where are
looks
you
that
reading
much.
that?
Over there. Isn't that this YouTube?
Oh, we're
Right there. He says, but your husband is so insecure. But the thing
Oh,
is, he
but-
actually doesn't. He really likes like someone's mind and like personality. You know, like that's what I like about him because not to sound vain, because beauty is subjective, right? I get compliments from strangers, and it only goes so far, right? Beauty fades. I can make myself prettier with more makeup, less makeup, whatever, So Medi loves me for like who I am and my mind, and I'm imperfect a lot of ways. So
Yeah.
and he still loves them. Like he likes my scars and my like different things, and that's rare.
energy and love for life and just all the different and what we're talking about before. Real women are back,
And they want real men.
and they want real men. You know what I mean?
What do they think of
And
that?
we share a mentality too. We're aligned. That's a big one. Being aligned is important.
Yeah. No. But he does. What did you tell them, that they think you don't respect women?
I didn't say anything. They're
He
losers.
has a sister, a mom that he loves.
They're losers, bro. They're just
Oh, okay,
saying
so we're not
random
explaining.
things just to trigger you and troll. They're trolling.
Oh, I love that. I love trolls.
Yeah, he's trolling. Yeah, OSJ
Love
is a
your
total
hearts too.
troll. Yeah, he's trolling hard.
Oh, I love that. Let him. It's fun. Well, why are you guys not watching something crazy like you guys usually do?
You mean like some of these crazy things?
No, like what's happening?
Yeah.
I missed it. I didn't watch your.
There's a lot happening. This was crazy to me. That was
stabbing?
crazy.
The stabbing?
No,
Made
the
the
girl.
president at the table. He prides himself for the art of the deal,
The,
and
the,
it's time
the
for
girls entrapping men in the UK
Oh yeah, that's just weird.
to get them busted.
Yeah, that's weird. But UK is lost.
UK is gone, bro.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're. I don't know if we're if it can be saved. UK is gone, dude.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah. How about this one?
What is the question? I don't understand.
I said, can men get pregnant?
Dependent, trans or two men and adopt.
This is me again, guys, in Huntington Beach at the pier, talking to people, random people that I just walked up to, who are from France.
Gay. No.
I don't know. Just anyway.
Okay, it's okay for two men have a
Well, yes, of course.
But I mean pregnant, actual pregnant men. No?
Everyone do what they want.
Right there.
How's it going?
Here's his son.
Yeah, I heard about you.
So this is the whole family now. So we got the father on the right, the two kids, the two daughters, the son on the left, right here. He's all built and everything, and then we got the mom, and so here we go.
What did he say?
And he's also super tall too. This
He
guy.
said you're allowed to have different opinions. You guys are
Where?
open-minded.
Where?
Open mind.
In France?
No, in your head, in your mind.
Oh, of course, yeah.
In your
That's
mind.
the only place where they will never get to. Hopefully.
Yeah, you got to have your own mind. That's the best thing. So I was asking a question. I said, do you believe we should countries should have open borders?
No.
Okay.
And I say yes.
And his father says yes, son says no, and daughter is mixed.
You guys see that? So the whole family is like on a spectrum on immigration. Father says wide open borders. Daughters say they have mixed thoughts, and son says no.
Yes.
The daughter, correct? Okay.
Then why even have a country if there's no
Very good question. How do you have a country if there's no border?
Well, I think
because then it's not a country. It's just a.
I believe it's one of the main tenets of the country. A sovereign nation needs to have delimited borders.
Yeah. Do you think it's what are your thoughts about right now? You have in England, you have people that are standing up and saying that they're standing up for their country, saying we want to slow down the immigration. Do you agree with that or no?
I agree.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm European and I don't have a problem to say it. Immigration was good up until a point where it's not good. It was good. We all have friends that are from every side of the world. Yeah. And I grew up surrounded by immigrants when I grew up in France.
Yeah.
And it was good. It was like culturally it was interesting for me. Yeah. My best friend is from Morocco. It was great, but at this point I feel like the country can't carry all of these people anymore. And like the standard of living for every Frenchman is going down.
Yes. Yeah.
And I don't know if it's the main reason why it's going down. There's probably a lot of reasons. It's not all immigrants' fault.
Right.
But I think it's one of the issues. It's like, there is logic and emotion. If you go with emotion, you want to help everyone, but then at some point, if you don't have the resources to help everyone, then, the standard of living goes down.
Yeah, I was talking to someone earlier, and I asked him, I said, do you want open borders because you have feeling of compassion that...
I think a lot of people do,
And I think that's why.
No, it's not only...
What's up? No. So, what was I going to say? James Kirk, bro, everybody in Bay Area is like major lefty soy boy. Like, come on, guys. Everyone knows that, bro. Like, it's no secret. We all know that. We all know that. You're all lefty soy boys. Most. There's a few. You can count them on my hand. You know what I mean? They're saying this is the Senate floor. I don't know if this is live right now.
We are working on extended. So if you noticed, I use those words 19 and 20, and you're thinking, well, she just said they double. This is before that happens. This is
the Senate floor. I'm just going to keep this kind of there while I'm looking at what else is going on.
The president should be dealing with. And people are going to be socked with this, smacked with this, right while the price of groceries has been going up. I think the president promised he was going to bring costs down on day one, and we're in something like day 255, and the opposite is happening. Anyone that
Guys, please let's not do this like actual meeting up stuff and talk about that. I'm gonna start booting some people. I think James Kirk is. I gotta boot somebody. So guys, let's Deshaun, please, guys, if you can. I think James Kirk is trolling. Just let him troll, and let's not do the meetup thing or the physical. We're not trying to do that kind of stuff, guys. Please try to keep it PC. Yeah, please, guys. I don't want to boot people.
goes in a grocery store, we're going to see major increases to home furnishings. And while we are in the middle of a housing crisis, it's literally
well, James Kirk, you're coming in trolling hard, bro, like you always do. And even though you come in and you troll and you hate and all this stuff, you keep coming back for more, which is fine, bro. But just maybe grow up a little bit.
While they'd planned for
a little
higher
bit.
premiums, they didn't
not asking for a lot.
A more than $2,000 increase for the same coverage next year. And like so many others, they were concerned that even if they switched to a cheaper plan, you know how that is, you're betting and you're trying to guess and estimate what's going to go wrong in your family, and is your kid going to have some kind of surgery or break a leg? Is your husband going to have some kind of health care checkup that'll be expensive? You got to always calculate those things. Like so many others, again, they were thinking, well, should I switch to a cheaper plan to save money and then hope I don't get sick? And then they would be more exposed to higher costs. Those are the kind of things people are doing right now. It's like the woman that Jean Shaheen had at a spotlight forum that we did this last week who had MS, and she had actually talked to her doctor about whether she could ration, kind of like people used to do with insulin
how
with
it
diabetes
works and
before we put those
who it might
caps
work on
insulin.
Sure.
Could she
It was
ration
actually
her medication?
before that. That's when we published our first study. That was an open label study. We had noticed that.
House and stay in the house.
I messed it up. Oh, no. Oh, it's been going on.
Words for inside.
The Adams County Emergency Management going by
off lockdown or
was Nebraska.
Law enforcement may have received calls about a loud noise. So if you heard a loud noise in the downtown area near Texas Street, this could be the scene that you were referring to.
Crazy times, man.
This is, again, for perspective, this is really just west of Dyken Park.
Hi,
just a
Mel.
couple of blocks
Cool
west
face emoji.
from where our Houston Astros play.
Looks like maybe active shooter in Illinois. Is that real? Is that real?
Funding. That's what they don't want. And so I think his answer is ridiculous. More recently, he's proposed that a civilian review board be able to discipline police.
Cover the New York Post today. Cover the New York Post.
Not the police chief, the civilian review board, which is ridiculous. I mean, the one good thing that Eric Adams did do was hire Jessica Tisch, the new police commissioner, who is doing a fabulous job since she's been on the job. You know, gun violence is at a record low in the city. Subway crimes are at a 15-year low. So things are moving in the right direction on that front. And that is one of the really bad outcomes that we could have from electing Mamdani, is reversing those positive trends when it comes to quality of life in the city.
So they got to strip the commissioner of that power. The union says it would destroy morale and actually have massive walkouts because they won't do it. The sergeants union said it would ensure a mass exodus off the force in New York City. No one was consulted about this, but he is going to actually go even further. He's going to pick the people on the review board that are going to all of a sudden decide to suspend a cop, all of a sudden decide to fire a cop. A bunch of people who probably got the job because they don't like cops. And we all know that he just brought up there's people, the homeless unit. There was a homeless unit. People that deal with domestics, there were all specific units. De Blasio cut all that. Adams put some of it back. He is going to kill charter schools. He's going to kill cops. He's going to bring up crime because he's not going to have any enforcement. People think he's just a mayor. It's a big deal. I think this is a huge deal. And you know who also thinks it's a huge deal? Every Democrat, because they don't know what to do with this guy. They don't know whether to endorse him, run from him, but no one condemns him.
Yeah. The two most powerful Democrats in Washington, Chuck Schumer and Hakeem Jeffries, who are the highest officials in the Senate and the House, have refused to endorse so far.
Active shooter. The entire town is on lockdown. They're looking for a shooter, possibly shooting that happened. Let me give you the information of what's going on. All right, this comes from KHQA. Law enforcement surrounds New Canton residents in active police situation. And here is some photographs of the area of law enforcement in this small town of Illinois. What in the heck is happening here? Active shooter. That's what's being reported. Active shooter. Reports of an active shooter in New Canton, Illinois have placed the entire town on lockdown. No word on casualties. Entire Illinois town on lockdown as law enforcement search for active shooter. Residents are advised to stay indoors as the Pike County Sheriff's Department responds to the scene. That's what's going on, folks. Whoa, crazy stuff. Stay indoors. All right, so what in the heck is going on here? I seen choppers up in the sky, police running around with guns, but I haven't heard anything about fatalities or actual shootings. So is this a hoax?
And gender studies at USC. Thank you so much. I have with me Professor Sheila Briggs, Associate Professor of Religion and Gender Studies at USC. Thank you so much.
That was one of the major focuses.
But the way normal people saw that, they saw these women as being men haters, you know, family hating, abortion, LGBT, homosexual kind of women. And they displayed themselves in a way where a normal man would never consider marrying them or even associating with them because they were so gross in those rallies.
Look, I was on the streets that day, and there were 750,000 folk here in LA.
Right.
It was amazing, and like these were all sorts of people. I mean,
guys, is this a man or a woman?
I know, but it was dirty people.
No,
you had Black Lives Matter. You had the radical homosexuals. You had the
so
LGBT.
You think Black Lives Matter is a nasty thing?
Yes. They are worse than the KKK.
You think that Black Lives Matter? So you don't think that Black Lives Matter?
I think they need to be gotten rid of. They are worse than the KKK. If we're going to tolerate Black Lives Matter.
You think that the Black Lives Matter is worse than the KKK?
Yeah, absolutely.
Why?
Because it's a very radical, agitative, evil organization that is built of radical black lesbians, and
but it's
radical,
particularly about protecting
black
young black men.
No, they never went into the black areas at all.
Well,
black on black crime out of control, and the only thing they did was.
You sound like you know. Look, black on black crime. This idea that black on black crime is out of control. Yes, black communities have problems, but actually, crime is down in the United States. If anywhere where crime is rising, is in white communities.
That's why one of the reasons I say that Black Lives Matter is worse than the KKK because they're encouraging hatred rather than love. What did you?
You know, there are lots of folk involved in Black Lives Matter. I mean, Black Lives Matter is a movement that has come out of the black community, but it's made alliances with lots of groups. If you actually see black...
Well, all evil groups, though, not with good people.
The thing is, you say they're not with good people, but like these are the ordinary folks of America and California. These are, you know, these are people of all ages, all races, all...
No, we're okay with people kissing. Just keep your dongs out of the women's bathroom, bro.
Being together...
And out of women's sports.
Better.
But would ordinary people chant in a rally, what do we want, dead cops, when do we want it now, pigs in the blanket, fry them like bacon, and right after that, some folks go out and start killing cops?
Look.
Would ordinary people do that?
Black Lives Matter.
But as to that, though, would ordinary people do that?
In any political movement, you're always going to have the loonies around.
No, these were the heads of it.
But these are not the people who are the airheads of it.
No, I've interviewed them. Take my word, it was.
Yeah, well, this sounds, you know, you sound a bit like Mr. Trump. You know?
Thank you.
You know, take my word on this.
Yeah.
You know, even though nobody in Black Lives Matter has been the leadership has ever said anything like this.
No, they have. So you would have worn, had you had a pussy hat, you would have worn it in public at the Dirty Women rally.
You call the dead, but like, there were all sorts of folks.
But they're all dirty.
They weren't all dirty. I like, you know, like some of the people
You're not
I
telling
saw
me
there.
Yes. You don't look like a lady.
There were nuns in habits. There was a local Catholic parish that sent its group to this march, not to the other. You know, some people from that. There were all sorts of people.
But dirty people. But
But
tell me yes or no, you would have worn a pussy hat in public.
I would have worn a pussy hat in public.
You would? You don't? You're a professor.
For the march. For the march. I'm not going to necessarily wear
What point would you have wanted to make with that hat?
It was just as any symbol. When you go on a march, it's a way of symbolizing that you are part of the march and part of that
I know, but
agenda.
you're a Christian and you teach Christianity.
And
Christianity is a noble religion. It's like the light of the world, you know, the salt of the earth. And wearing a pussy hat is not the light of the world.
Christianity is also about justice. Fundamentally about justice. Look, it may be that I'm a Roman Catholic.
Right. That's
So
why I would expect more from you.
I believe, yeah, but Roman Catholics, we don't all agree on the same things. But the one thing that joins Roman Catholics, most Roman Catholics together, is our commitment to social justice, to preserving the planet, and to providing justice.
Well, that's new. Roman Catholics haven't always been that way.
No, precisely.
They have allowed the pussy hat. Did you know that there were, I think, something like 4,000 blacks who owned slaves?
4,000 blacks who own slaves?
In Kentucky or one of those areas.
What source is that? No, what's your source?
You didn't know that?
No, what's the source?
Did you vote for the Great White Hope?
You calling Donald Trump
July is White History Month.
Yeah, did you know that?
I did not know that.
All right, happy White History Month. White History. What now? She doesn't like happy.
There's no such thing as white America.
She doesn't.
White America is
Amazing.
I gotta go to Hollywood.
Hey everybody, welcome to White History Month. July is White History Month. I'm Jesse Lee Peterson on Hollywood Boulevard, and we're celebrating our 8th annual year of White History Month. July just feel white. Amazing. And so we started White History Month because we cannot forget. We got to remember the white men who founded and created the greatest country on this side of heaven. So we're up here to talk to the folks and see how they celebrated White History Month. So we're gonna get moving. Happy White History Month. July just feels white. Amazing. Do you believe that black people should receive reparations?
Yes.
You do. Do you believe that black people should receive reparations?
Yes.
You do. Why? They didn't earn it. Why should they receive it?
I think working on those plantations for 400 years is
None of them worked on a plantation.
Earned enough. What do you mean?
None of them worked on a plantation.
I didn't particularly work on the plantation, but I had ancestors who did.
None of the blacks were begging for it.
I've had ancestors who did.
And how much should they get?
That I have no idea. I don't know, but we can determine a reasonable amount. Let's do this. Would you be in support of endowing black colleges to the level of, say, Harvard?
No, they've already done it with the black schools. Do you wish you had white privilege?
I think every black person wishes that they had white privilege.
Do you wish
if I had white privilege, I'd be a U.S. Senator today.
Do you wish you had white privilege?
Yeah, sure, why not? I'll take white privilege, why not? I'd probably be a senator.
Why don't you, if you people are so unhappy with America, and you call yourselves African American, Mommy Africa, right? Why don't you go back to your country?
Well, first of all, because black folk are the owners of the whole planet, everywhere belongs to us. And you can't say because you criticize, that makes you the most patriotic because you criticize so that America correct itself. I'm the most patriotic person you'll ever find because I want America to correct herself.
That's amazing. And correcting herself mean to do what?
Correct herself, meaning to stop murdering us, to cease and desist killing us, cease and desist raping and robbing, cease and desist the unjust incarcerating of our people, cease and desist flooding our communities with drugs and alcohol, cease and desist poisoning our waters, cease and desist holding on to resources that never belonged to them in the first place and for benefiting from those things. Those are the things that I want them to do. And to, you know what? Show us the money.
With
Show me the money.
see, I told you want money.
Yes,
Begging
because
for
it
money.
belongs to us.
There you go,
belongs
begging
to
for
us.
money.
When we came over here in slave ships, was that racism?
No.
That
It
wasn't
wasn't.
racism?
He just playing.
Why do you
What
say
kind of
that?
show we on, yo?
Why do you say that was racism?
To capture and force people to go somewhere that they don't want to go.
And who were the racists promoting that, doing that? Who were the people doing that?
The so-called white man.
No, that's not true.
It's not true.
Black people were sold into slavery by blacks, wealthy, to the Arabs. It was the Arabs who sold the blacks across the world. It wasn't white people who just tiptoed over to Africa and just bought white, took white folks. They were being sold by other black people. Is that racism for black? And they're still doing that today in parts of Africa where blacks are enslaved by other blacks and Arabs. Is that racism?
Every black person is not the same.
Is that racism?
Okay, so you wanna justify
Real resistance for black people is freedom, and respecting our freedom. It means
Freedom
respecting
from
the fact
what,
that we
From
can
what?
live.
From who?
Freedom to live however we want to live.
But white people don't care how you guys live.
But that's not necessarily true.
No, they want you to go away and live.
Well, at least from history, it tells us that our image, our aesthetics have always been criticized and manipulated by white people.
No.
Yeah.
It's not true.
Yeah.
They lied to you again. Would you date a white man?
Yeah, I would.
But how you going to have your space away from him?
I can always have my space. I can always create that space.
Would you believe me if I told you that all this stuff that you've been taught and other black kids are being taught about the black thing and white privilege and all that mess is not real? It's just you guys are being brainwashed by angry blacks who want to control you in order to gain power and wealth for themselves? Would you believe me if I told you that's what's really going on?
No, I wouldn't.
You would not believe me?
I would not.
I just read an article in the LA Times last week
I
about
love
racism.
that.
And
I love when Jesse just
white
does
people that were
this
polled
right
said
here.
that
He
there
just
wasn't
says it
really a
flat out
racism problem in the black.
here.
In parts of Africa where blacks are enslaved and Arabs. Is that racism?
Okay, so you want to justify
Real resistance for black people is
Right here.
freedom, and respecting our freedom. It means
Freedom from
respecting
what,
the fact
though?
that we
From
can
what?
live.
From who?
Freedom to live however we want to live.
But white people don't care how you guys live.
But that's not necessarily true.
No, they want you to go away and live.
Well, at least from history, it tells us that our image, our aesthetics have always been criticized and manipulated by white people.
No.
Yeah.
It's not true.
Yeah.
They lied to you again. Would you date a white man?
Yeah, I would.
But how you going to have your space away from him?
I can always have my space. I can always create that space.
Would you believe me if I told you that all this stuff that you've been taught and other black kids are being taught about the black thing and white privilege and all that mess is not real? It's just you guys are being brainwashed by angry blacks who want to control you in order to gain power and wealth for themselves?
He's absolutely right. He is absolutely right. All right, guys. We are getting close here. Looks like nothing's going on on the Senate floor. They're just sitting here doing nothing. Democrats have decided they want to keep the government shut down because they want to give health care to illegal immigrants. So I don't know. I guess they rather screw over American citizens so that they can virtue signal about illegal immigrants. So you guys are going. You guys got. James Kirk went nuts and trolled the whole chat. I think next time I gotta be more proactive with James. He went and trolled the whole chat. But you know, looks like Democrats are wanting to keep our. I gotta head to town real quick. I'll be listening to chat. Jen, I'm gonna be cutting it soon. I gotta go do upper body. I gotta go to the gym, do upper body, sauna, some swimming, steam room, that kind of stuff, cold plunge. So got upper body today. Thank you, Jen, for everything. Appreciate you guys. You know what, guys? I'm gonna call it quits. I'm gonna go get my workout. I think we got to be a little more proactive with James next time. Maybe we'll get some mods going. Maybe get Jen in there or something. But that was great. You guys met my girl, and we had some fun. It was good. It was good. We talked about real men today. We talked about soy boys. We talked about real men. It's okay to look at women. It's okay to talk to women. It's okay to holler at women. We're men. We're supposed to. And we're not talking about harassment. We're talking about, hey, girl. Hey, I think you're cute. Hey, what's your name? Hey, do you want to talk? Hey, it's okay. We're supposed to do that. And by the way, they want you to do that. It was a little secret. They want you to do that. And the same ones that say, no, we don't want it, are the same ones that say, how come they don't do it? They want you to do it. They want men to talk to them. Why do women wear makeup and go out and hang out and go out and be in public? Because they want men to see them and talk to them. Guys, we're men, you're women. That's how this works. We go like this together, and then we have babies. I love you guys. Thank you again. Thanks for being involved in the conversation. Love you guys, and I'll be on later today. Okay? I'm guessing around 3 or 4, maybe 5 o'clock, somewhere in there. Have a good night. Have a good day, guys, and I'll see you guys in a little bit. Thanks. Bye.